I'll repeat the question, students. Three resistors having resistances of 15 ohms, 3 ohms, and 4 ohms are connected in series. What is the effective resistance in the circuit? Now here we have to consider R1 as the first resistance. So R1 equal to 15 ohms, R2 equal to 3 ohms, R3 equal to 4 ohms. Okay. So what will be the effective resistance? R1 plus R2 plus R3. That is 15 plus 3 plus 4. When you will add 15 plus 3 plus 4, how much you are getting, students? What is the answer? Rs equal to 15 plus 3 plus 4. Very good. 22. Okay, 22 ohms. So what is will be the effective resistance in the circuit? 22 ohms. Only you have to add the resistance. That will give you the effective resistance. Once again, I'll repeat. From the question, you had to write what is given. That is R1 equal to 15 ohms, R2 equal to 3 ohms, R3 equal to 4 ohms. So effective resistance Rs is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. That is 15 plus 3 plus 4. Okay. That will give how much? 22 ohms. So the effective resistance in the circuit is 22 ohms. Now next question again from page number 40 of your textbook. Two resistors having resistances of 16 ohms and 14 ohms are connected in series. If a potential difference of 18 volt is applied across them, calculate the current flowing through the circuit and the potential difference across each individual resistor. Okay. Now here R1 is given 16 ohms, R2 is given 14 ohms. From the question itself, it is clear what is given. R1 16 and R2 14. Now what is Rs? Rs equal to 14 ohms plus 16 ohms. That is effective resistance. We have to add both the values. 16 plus 14. What is 16 plus 14? How much? 30. Very good, Gayatri. It is 30 ohms. So you are getting 30 ohms as the effective resistance. Now what they asked, you have to calculate what? What we had to calculate in this question, students? Tell me what we had to calculate. Read the question in your mind and tell me what we had to calculate. Electric current. What we have to calculate? Very good, Shivam. It's electric current flowing through the circuit that we have to calculate, as well as potential difference. So first let us see how to calculate the electric current. So what we have to consider here? We have to consider let the current flowing through the circuit be I. What we will take it as? I. And the potential difference across 16 ohms and 14 ohms be V1 and V2 respectively. Okay. So we are taking I as the electric current and V1 and V2 as what? Potential difference. So according to Ohm's law, what is V? V is equal to I into R. So what will be I electric current? V upon R. What is I? V upon R. Right? So what we can do? V, from where we will get V? V is what? V1 plus V2. That is equal to how much they are given? 18 volt. So 18 volt divided by 30 ohms. That when you will divide, you will get the answer as 0.6 amperes. So what is electric current? 0.6 amperes. Okay. Now what is V1? V1 equal to I into R1. That is 0.6 into 16. Okay. So that will be 9.6 volt. And V2 is how much? I into R2. Okay, two resistance they are given, no? So first you have to calculate I into R1, that will give you 9.6. I into R2, that is 0.6 into 14. Okay, that will give how much? 8.4. So that way you are getting both the potential difference. So at the end, how you can write down? Therefore, the current flowing in the circuit is 0.6 amperes, and the potential difference across the resistances 16 ohms and 14 ohms are 9.6 volt and 8.4 volt respectively. Okay, so this is how we can solve this sum. Okay, Aditi, I will explain again, don't worry. So here in the question, what they have given us, resistance R1 and R2. Okay, so what you had to do, you have to add it 16 plus 14 because you had to calculate effective resistance, right? So you got 30 ohms. Now using Ohm's law, you can calculate current. Electric current is how much? I equal to V upon R. So that will give you I how much? Electric current equal to 18 divided by 30. That will be how much? 0.6 amperes. Once you get the electric current, you can easily calculate potential difference. So V1 equal to 0.6 into 16, V2 equal to 0.6 into 14. So this way you got electric current 0.6 amperes and potential difference 9.6 and 8.4 volts respectively. Okay, students. So it's in this way you have to solve this question. Okay. Now coming to page number 42. In 42 also some solved examples are given, students. Let us go through it. Now what all things are given? The question is resistors having resistances of 15 ohms, 20 ohms and 10 ohms are connected in parallel. What is the effective resistance in the circuit? So R1 is given 15, R2 is given 20 and R3 is given 10. Okay. So here they are connected in parallel. So the formula is what? 1 upon Rp is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. Now here it is in parallel. So we have changed the formula. Okay. So here 1 upon 15 plus 1 upon 20 plus 1 upon 10. When you will calculate it, you will get it as 4.615 ohms. Okay, you have to cross multiply and get the answer. And finally, you will get it as 13 upon 60. So Rp will be inverse of it, reciprocal of it. Okay, 1 upon Rp is 13 upon 60. So what will be Rp? Rp equal to 60 upon 13. And that is how much? 4.615. Okay, that much ohms. Okay, fine, students. Once again, I'll repeat. Listen carefully. So resistors having resistance of 15 ohms, 20 ohms and 10 ohms are connected in parallel. So here, since the resistance are connected in parallel, what we can write the formula? How we can write the formula? 1 upon Rp equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. Okay. Now here you can solve it 1 upon 15 plus 1 upon 20 plus 1 upon 10. That will give how much? When you will cross multiply, you will get the answer as 13 upon 60. Okay. That is Rp will be how much? Reciprocal of 13 upon 60. That is 60 upon 13. That will give how much? 4.615 ohms. So what is the effective resistance in the circuit? It is 4.615 ohms, less than the least of the three. Okay. So that is 4.6 is very less. Okay. So this is how we have calculated the effective resistance of the in the circuit. How 4 plus 3 plus 6 came? Students, you have to cross multiply and divide. In mathematics, you have studied cross multiplication. Okay, do that way. They have given directly 4 plus 3 plus 6. You have to cross multiply it. And then you have to find the answer. Okay. Okay, now the next question is three resistors having resistance of 5 ohms, 10 ohms and 30 ohms are connected in parallel and a potential difference of 12 volts is applied across them. Obtain the current flowing through the circuit and through individual resistors. What is the effective resistance in the circuit? Page number 44, 42. Okay, second question, example. Now here, what all things are given, I will read out. R1 is given 5 ohms, R2 10 ohms, R3 30 ohms. And V is given 12 volt. From the question, you have to write everything. Now, you know Ohm's law, I equal to V upon R. So, I1 will be how much? V upon R1. I2 will be V upon R2. And I3 will be V upon R3. Okay. So, you have to calculate all the three values, that is current I1, I2, I3. So you can divide 12 upon 5. Okay. I1 equal to 12 upon 5 because 12 is what? 12 is the potential difference. And R1 is given how much? 5. So 12 upon 5. When you will divide, you will get 2.4 amperes. Okay. I2 equal to V upon R2, that is equal to 12 upon 10. It is equal to 1.2 amperes. And I3 equal to V upon R3 equal to 12 upon 30. That is equal to 0.4 amperes. Now, what is the I? Electric current I? You have to add all the values. 2.4 plus 1.2 plus 0.4. That is equal to 4 amperes. Now, next is, listen, what is the effective resistance in the circuit? Okay. So 1 upon Rp equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. That will be giving 1 upon 5 plus 1 upon 10 plus 1 upon 30. So when you will cross multiply, finally how you will get the answer as 10 upon 30, that is equal to 1 upon 3. So reciprocal, take reciprocal. 1 upon Rp equal to 1 upon 3. So what will be Rp? Effective resistance in the circuit is how much then? 3 ohms. Okay. So it will give you the answer as 1 upon 3, but you have to write it as 3 because Rp equal to 3. 1 upon Rp is equal to 1 upon 3. So Rp will be how much? 3 ohms. And what is the current flowing through resistance? That will be 2.4 amperes, 1.2 amperes and 0.4 amperes. Okay. So the total current flowing through the circuit is 4 amperes. So what is the total current flowing now? It is 4 amperes. Okay. So this is how we have to solve this. Now there are some symbols shown over here. Electric cell. What is the symbol of electric cell? And what is the picture of electric cell? Exactly how electric cell looks like. Okay. So there you can see in the diagram. You can see here, students, how the electric cell exactly looks like. Now here you can see positive sign and a negative sign. Okay. Positive sign shows what? It is the positive terminal of the cell. And here you can find the negative terminal. So positive and negative terminal, both the terminals are shown over here, right? So this is how it's. So you can see this diagram. Okay. Now what about symbol? This is a symbol. Okay. Symbol, how to draw the symbol? You have to draw two horizontal lines and two vertical lines. Okay. One should be little taller than the other. Taller than means what? It is a positive sign. You have to write there positive. Okay. and the other one shorter sign where what you will write that as negative terminal. So that is a symbol for electric cell. Okay. Next is a battery. Battery is like this way. Okay, it's in this way. But internally, when you're writing the symbol, how it should be? This way. Actually, how the battery is formed? When many cells are connected to each other, we will get the battery. So we have to show the symbol in this way. Okay, 3 positive signs, 3 negative signs. So this is how the symbol is. I given this activity for you now. So I got the activity from some of the students. Those who have drawn it neatly. Okay. Next is open tab key or plug key. This is how it looks like. This is a picture. Open tab key. And this is a closed tab key. Okay. So in symbolic form, how you'll write? Like bracket. In that bracket, nothing should be written, drawn. Okay. Here you have to draw a small dot. Okay. Dot should be there. Okay, that dot means what? It is closed tab key. Okay. Yes, Soumya, the uses also I will cover. Don't worry. Okay. First, let us go through the picture and the symbols. Okay. Then I will be explaining the uses. This much all of you understood? Okay. Okay. Now we are going to the uses of this. Now, what is the use of electric cell? It is used to apply potential difference between two ends of a conductor. Okay, what is the main use? To apply a potential difference between two ends of a conductor. What we need? We need a electric cell. Okay. Now, what is the use of battery? Battery is used to apply larger potential difference between two ends of a conductor. That's why we have to connect 2 to 3 cells together, so that you can apply larger potential difference, okay, between any two ends of the conductor. Next is what? What is the use of open tap key? To stop the flow of current flowing in a circuit by disconnecting two ends of a wire. Okay, if you want to stop the current, what you can use? Open tap key. Okay, closed tap key is for what? To start the flow of current in a circuit by connecting two ends of a wire. When you have to start the electric current, start the flow of electric current, you have to use the closed tap key. This is a closed tap key, students. Okay. And this is a open tap key. Third one is open tap key, and fourth one diagram is of picture is of closed tap key. And the symbols also I shown you. Okay. Where we will use the symbols? Anybody? When we have to use the symbols? Who remembers last week we had drawn the diagram, right? There you use these symbols. Which diagram you have drawn, students? Circuit diagram. Very good, Aditi. You have drawn the electric circuit diagram. In that, we have to use the symbols. While drawing the circuit diagram, you have to show the symbols. Okay? Now, next we are having conducting wires. Now, this is how conducting wires look like. Okay, so this is a conducting wire. Okay, and symbol is a straight line. Okay, this is a straight line. Similarly, crossing wires. If two wires cross over each other, this is how it is. So two colored wires, you can see orange and blue color. Two wires are crossing over each other. And how you can draw the symbol? This way. Okay, so this is how the symbol is. Now light bulb. Light bulb, actual picture of light bulb is this. But when you are making the circuit diagram, in that if you want to show the electric bulb, how we will show it? by drawing this symbol. Okay, you can see this symbol now, students. Okay. Next is resistance. What is this resistance? So this is how resistance, actual picture of resistance. But in the circuit diagram, you are going to draw it in this manner. Okay, zigzag lines. Okay, then and you have to write the capital R for resistance. Okay. Now let us go through the uses of it. What is the use of connecting wires? To connect various components in the circuit, we need the connecting wires. Okay. So if you want to connect the components means that we have to connect a voltmeter, ammeter, we have to connect the cell, we have to connect the key, tap key, close tap key, open tap key, etc., battery, etc. So for that, what we will use? We will use the conducting wires or connecting wires. So that's why we need the wires. Now, why we have to use conducting wires? Because conducting wires will only pass the electric current. If you use plastic wires, non-conductors, no electric current can pass. So you have to use the conducting wires. Okay. Now, crossing wires. For what we need this crossing wires? Crossing wires are needed to show the wires which cross over each other, but they are not connected. Are they connected, students? They are not connected. They're crossing over each other. Sometimes in the electric circuit, you have to use more than one wire, two wires together. So when they cross over each other, we can draw it in this manner. We can show the symbol. Okay. This way, the symbol you can show it, but actually it looks like this way. Two different colored wires. Now, what is use of light bulb? Light bulb is used to test the flow of electricity. If it is lighted means what, students? Can you give me the answer in the chat box? If the bulb is lighted, what you can say? Very good, Aryan. Your answer is right. Electricity is passing or current is flowing. Okay. If the bulb is unlighted, like in the first diagram, okay, here the bulb is unlighted. Okay. So what you can say if the bulb is unlighted, current doesn't flow. Very good, Soumya. Current doesn't flow. So that way symbol also changes. So if the bulb is lighted, you can show in this manner the symbol. If it is not lighted, current is not flowing, so symbol is in this. So these all these things you should know. Okay. Now next is resistance. So what is the use of resistance? It is used to control the flow of current in the circuit. What is the use of this resistance, students? To control the flow of current in the circuit. Okay, sometimes what happens? There will be heavy flow of electric current. So to control it, what we need? Resistance. This is a symbol and this is actual picture of resistance by which you can control the flow of current in the circuit. I hope everything is clear to you, students. This much is clear. Okay. So the symbols, picture and use of the electric components. Okay. Till resistance I explained you. Okay. Starting from electric cell, battery, open tap key, close tap key, connecting wires, crossing wires, light bulb and resistance. This much we are completed. Now we are moving to the next three diagrams. That is variable resistance. How the variable resistance looks like. Okay. Now this is a variable resistance. Okay. This is the actual picture of variable resistance, students. Okay. Now what is this variable resistance? Why we need it? To change the resistance as required and thereby control the current. If you want to change the resistance, this variable resistance can be used. And this is a symbol, okay? Symbol of variable resistance. You have to draw the resistance and draw an arrow mark towards upward direction. So it shows variable resistance. That means resistance, if you are changing it, to change the resistance, what we need? We need the variable resistance, okay? And you also need to change the current, control the current, electric current. For that also we need variable resistance. Okay. Next is what? Ammeter. Ammeter. This is ammeter. Actual picture of ammeter looks like this way. And the symbol is A. Inside the circle, you will write capital A and write a positive and negative sign. And what is the use of this ammeter? To measure the current flowing in the circuit. Why we need ammeter? To measure the current flowing in the circuit. And what is the use of voltmeter? Voltmeter looks in this way. Okay, this is actual picture and this is a symbol. In the symbol, we have to draw the circle and write capital V for voltmeter and a positive sign and negative sign. Now, what is the use of voltmeter? It is used to measure the potential difference between 2 points in the circuit. Okay, if you want to measure the potential difference between 2 points in the circuit, what we have to use? Voltmeter. So that is about variable resistance, ammeter, and voltmeter. Okay, students, it is very much clear to you. I hope you understood very well all the symbols for components of an electric circuit and their uses. Okay, now I will be sharing you a short video of this Ohm's law. Okay, so you can watch the video. Okay, Soumya is asking the explanation for battery. Okay, battery you not understood, Soumya. Okay, no problem. I'll explain. So battery is what? It is collection of number of cells, many cells coming together. So here you can see the picture of this battery. Okay, this is a battery where many cells. Okay, here they are shown 3. If more than 3 also can be connected together. So it is a collection of number of cells. Okay, and how the symbol is? Symbol looks in this way. And what is the use of battery? If you want to apply larger potential difference between 2 ends of a conductor, we can use a battery. Okay, like radio. In the radio, we will need more than one batteries. Okay, if you want to play, use the radio. If you want to play the radio, you need a collection of cells. I hope, Soumya, it is very much clear to you. Your doubt is cleared. Okay, fine.